Hey guys, today I'm gonna give y'all a story time about the first time a man paid me for some punny. And I say that in patois because y'all know why. And this is a very famous Jamaican man, a very famous Jamaican promoter through some of the biggest stage shows in Jamaica. I might say the name later, but y'all gonna have to wait for it. So, this was some 20 years ago. That time, this man was popping. He was the man, right? So, I went to St. Mary to go bartend in my cousin's bar as a young girl, a 20-year-old. I'm talking about 20 years ago. You know my age now. So I went to go bartend because, I'm a young girl. I already have 2 kids by the time I was 20. So I needed to go earn a living for them. So, I used to back and forth to go work in my cousin's bar. And this time there was going to be a pool party. So we decided to go. Me being 20, she being I think 22. We locked up shop that day and we went to the party. The party was being put on by the said promoter at a guest house that was very popular in St. Mary at the time. So we went to the party. I'm at the party, everybody in the pool, people having their drinks. I'm just there, little skinny me, because I was skinny them time, in my little jean shorts and my little red top. And I look cute. And I'm not paying nobody no mind, but I noticed that this guy keep looking at me. Older guy, I think he was in his 40s, bald head, but he was handsome. He looked like he had money. But I was not that. I was young. I was not that. So everywhere I moved to, I see him, he keep looking at me. It was a lot of girls there. It was a lot of groupies. It was a lot of hot girls. It was a lot of pretty girls. But this man stayed focused on me. Mind you, I tell you, this man is a big time promoter in Jamaica. Literally a celebrity. Okay? So now I'm starting to feel a little shy because I'm like, why is this man looking at me like that? You want the other woman to get mad or something? So one girl came to me. This girl was one of the Jamaican artists that was very popular at the time, Baby Mother. Very beautiful girl. But she was also a groupie. And she lived in St. Mary, close to where my cousin's bar was. So we were acquaintances. She would pass by and say hi and whatnot. So this girl came over to me. I'm not going to say her name. This girl came over to me and be like, girl, you know, see so and so look upon you. I'm like, who is he? She like, girl, he's this and that. And she told me his name. And he's the person that keep this show and that. I'm like, oh, okay. What am I supposed to do with this information? This man is looking at me. I know how those men are. A lot of men like that, they like to use up, little young girls and promise them stuff. And I'm like, I ain't finna play that game. I'm not a groupie. And this man is not going to play with me. So you could tell him to stop looking. Because obviously he done mess with all the girls at the party. And he didn't want any of them anymore. He wanted somebody that was fresh. And that was me that day. She said, girl, you stupid. Talk to him. He'll give you money. I'm like, duh. I don't know what to do. Because I'm like, how am I going to just tell this man to give me money without looking like, you know what? And she said, it's not that serious. He's just going to give you money because that's how he is. Because like I said, that man don't deal with all those girls already. So, I went to walk around and he came over to me and he said, I know you see me looking at you. I'm like, yeah, whatever. And he's like, yeah, I want you to stay with me tonight. I said, really? Just like that? He's like, yeah, just like that. I'm like, no. He said, come on, you want to stay. I'm like, I don't. You're like, don't worry, I'm going to make it worth your while. I'm like, what's that supposed to mean? Like, men don't use that type of language to me. What am I So what's to do? You know, I'm a little young girl. I mean, I got two little kids, but I was still green. I was stupid. I was silly. I wasn't this person. So I'm like, all right. So the girl came back to me and be like, yes, girl, you locked in now, blah, 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 because this man was the man. Do you hear me? I started out properly. So the night ended, the party ended, and he stayed at the same guest house that the party was being held. And my cousin told me, stay, girl, whatever, whatever, and I stayed. Me and this man was there. We do what grown-ups do, but it was no pressure. We was just chilling for the rest of the night. I don't, at that time, I don't drink, smoke, nothing. I was just there, and we was just talking, and he was just telling me stories because he's very famous, and he got a lot of stories that people know about him. And in the morning, when I woke up, he gave me 10,000 Jamaican dollars. Of course, we did stuff, but it wasn't like that. But he's the type of person that's not gonna just not give you anything. At that time in my life, it was the first time somebody gave me 10,000 Jamaican dollars. Do you hear me? The most money I held in my hand for myself before that was 5,000 Jamaican dollars, and it was my baby daddy that gave it to me. I used to make 2,000 Jamaican dollars weekly working in the bar. That man gave me a month, 6 weeks wages in one night. I'm talking about 20 years ago. That's the type of money that man had, and that's how easy I got it. I'm like, God damn. So he dropped me off back in the morning to where my cousin lived, and I went in the house. I was like, girl, look, look, look. Counting my little $10,000. She's like, damn, lend me $2,000, girl. I'm like, why not? Because that's my cousin, dog. That's my real cousin. That girl look after me. I'm like, of course, here. I gave her the $2,000, never asked back for it. But I'm saying, that's how I started out. Next thing you know, I was in the strip club. And I'll tell y'all how I got to be a dancer.